365 integration for Gmail Google Chrome extension so that it can simplify your CRM process better than ever before. With this extension, you'll be able to track individual email replies and attachments from Gmail into your Dynamics 365 account, view, sort, organize, and create new Dynamics CRM activities without leaving Gmail, synchronize your Dynamics CRM calendar with your Google Calendar, and more. In our most recent update, we added several new calendar features, including the ability to track separate Google Calendar events or Dynamics CRM appointments, and even track Google events against a particular CRM record, automatically synchronize tasks from Dynamics 365 to Google Calendar, and choose whether or not certain Google private events should be synchronized to Dynamics 365. Installing the Dynamics 365 integration for Gmail Google Chrome extension is fast and easy. This extension is a plug-and-play, so there is no need for any additional configuration. First, download the extension from the Chrome Web Store by clicking the Add to Chrome button and then click Add Extension. Next, open the Gmail box and hit Refresh. The sidebar of the extension will appear on the right side of your inbox. To log in, open the Settings tab. First, choose which Dynamics 365 type you'll be using. This extension supports both Dynamics 365 Online and Dynamics CRM on-premise. It's important to make sure that you choose the correct one for your account. In this case, we'll choose Online. Then, input your Dynamics URL, username, and password. Click on the Google Account field and sign into your Google account. Choose an account and click Allow to accept permissions to get access to Google API. Hit Connect and you're done. Now that you're all set up, let's take a look at one of the best features of this extension, tracking important emails from your Gmail account into Dynamics 365. This helps users keep track of important email conversations and attachments. There are a few options to track emails into Dynamics 365, and tracking takes only a few steps. Open a thread and choose any reply that you'd like to track. Click on the envelope icon to the right of the message. Click Track Email and it's tracked. Click on the Dynamics logo to view it in Dynamics 365. This extension works when Conversation View Mode is turned on and turned off. If Conversation View Mode is turned on, then the last reply on the thread will be tracked. In order to track a particular reply from the thread, you must open the thread and choose the email that should be tracked. When Conversation View Mode is turned off, every new reply can be tracked as a separate entity. You can also track emails to specific Dynamics 365 entities. To do this, click on Set Regarding before tracking the email. Choose the type of entity you would like to track against. We are choosing Account. You have the ability to sort these record types to make it easier to find the account you would like to track against, or you can use the search bar. We are going to search for Bob Summers. Click on Track Email. To see it, click on the Dynamics icon or go to the account in Dynamics. You'll see that it's saved as an activity in the account and that any attachments in the reply were saved as well. Let's say you get a new email from someone who isn't in your Dynamics 365 system yet. Without leaving Gmail, you can create a new Dynamics 365 entity and track the email to them in no time. Just click Set Regarding, then choose a record type from the drop-down menu, click on Create New, input account name and other information, and hit Save and Close. You also have the ability to set up auto-tracking. Any new emails that are sent or received in a particular thread will automatically be tracked into Dynamics 365. By default, auto-tracking is turned off. To set up auto-tracking, just track an email into Dynamics 365 and activate the toggle that says Track Replies Automatically. Now all updates of this email will be tracked to Dynamics 365 automatically. This works the same if you track to a specific entity as well. To turn off auto-tracking, simply press the toggle again. The colors of the envelope quick track buttons will help you know which replies have and haven't been tracked yet. Red means that the reply hasn't been tracked, gray means that the tracking status is pending, and green means that the reply has been successfully tracked into Dynamics 365. When Conversation View Mode is turned on, you'll see arrows instead of envelopes. The colors of the arrows indicate the status of the last reply in that thread in a similar fashion. Let's take a look at how you can customize your experience while tracking emails. When you go to track an email to a Dynamics 365 entity, you'll notice that it shows some information before you select their account. By default, it only shows the account name, email, and phone number. To customize this, go to the Settings tab, expand Configure Search Results, and then click on Display Settings. Pick which record types you would like to manage. The left box shows all fields that can be displayed, whereas the right box shows all fields that are currently displayed. To add a field from the left box, double-click it or click on the right-facing arrow. To remove a field from the display box, double-click it in the right box or click on the left-facing arrow. You can display up to 8 fields. Now you can see that these fields will be displayed when you go to track an email. You can configure these settings for all entities, both active and inactive. You can also customize the types of entities that you can track emails to. By default, the record type drop-down list displays several options. To change this, go to Settings and expand Configure Search Results, then click on Display Settings. Click on Manage Record Types and select those that you'd like to track to. If you don't see a custom entity in the Manage Record Types drop-down list, make sure that the Sending Email and Activities options are selected in CRM Customization for your custom entity. Now when you track an email, only the fields that you chose will be displayed. You can also customize the search settings when finding CRM records in the Set Regarding tab in a similar approach. First, open the Settings tab, then expand the Configure Search Results section. Click on Search Settings. Choose a record type in the drop-down list. Add fields from the left box to the right box by double-clicking on them so that they'll be displayed. You can remove items from the display box by clicking on them as well. You can select up to 5 fields to be displayed. Click the Save button and all changes will be applied. Now you can search for entities based off of the fields that you chose. Our extension supports both normal, vertical, and horizontal view. This way, you can use Gmail in your preferred method, whether it's in normal viewing mode, a horizontal split, or a vertical split. Another helpful feature that this extension has to offer is viewing, sorting, and creating new Dynamics 365 activities without having to leave Gmail. To view your Dynamics 365 activities, go to the Activities tab. Here, you'll see activity cards for all of your upcoming Dynamics 365 activities. Each activity card displays the activity's due date, time, subject, a brief description of the activity, and its priority. Red means that it's high priority, yellow means that it's medium priority, and green means that it's low priority. Click on the Expand button to see a detailed description of each activity. If you click on the Dynamics icon, you can open up the activity in Dynamics 365. You are able to filter, sort, and search all of your activities to make it easier to view them. You can filter your activities by selecting only a few types of CRM activities. You can sort your activities by due date, type, subject, priority, start date, and end date. To further narrow your search, you can also use a search bar. While you are in Gmail, you can also create a new activity. We'll go ahead and make a new one. Now we can search for this new activity and see that it has been added. Managing your Dynamics 365 activities has become easier than ever before. You can customize the fields that are displayed in the activity cards. To do this, go to the Settings tab and click on Configure Activities view, then click Display Settings. The Manage Activity drop-down list contains all types of CRM activities that are shown. If you would like to narrow down this list, just uncheck them. Choose which specific activity type you would like to customize. Notice that only those activity types which were selected in the previous list will be available for customization here. The left box shows all fields that can be displayed in the activity card, and the right box shows those that will actually be displayed in the activity card. To move items between these boxes, just double-click on them or click on the arrows. You can display up to 8 fields in the activity card. Once all fields that you want are in the activity card, go ahead and hit Save. Now you'll see that the activity card has been updated to show all fields that you have selected. One of the most popular features of this extension is its automatic calendar sync option, which allows you to synchronize your Dynamics 365 calendar and Google Calendar. By default, this is turned off. To turn it on, go to the Settings tab and click on Calendar Sync. You can select which Google Calendar you would like to synchronize. Select how often your calendars should automatically sync. We'll make it every 15 minutes. Select how far back you'd like to have the events from your calendars sync, going as far back as 3 months. Now you can choose to set up two-way or one-way sync. When you want the calendars to sync sooner than your selected interval, just click on the Sync Now button. You can see in the top right corner how many records were updated during each sync. Let's create an event to show this two-way sync. First, we'll create an event in Dynamics CRM. Next, we'll create an event in Google Calendar. We could wait for the calendars to automatically sync at the selected interval, in this case 15 minutes, but we'll click on the Sync Now button. When we refresh both calendars, we can see that both events appear in each calendar. In our most recent update, we added several new features and options to enhance our calendar synchronization. The first feature allows users to track separate Google Calendar events or dynamic CRM appointments. You can also track Google Calendar events against a particular CRM record using the Set Regarding option. Click here and fill out all information in this form. If you make changes to this event in Google Calendar where it was originally created, you can track these updates manually by clicking on the Update button, or you can enable automatic synchronization of any events by clicking on the Automatically Update button. The approach is the same for Dynamics 365 appointments as well. Please note that when using this feature, the Automatic Calendar Sync feature should be disabled. Another new addition to this extension gives users the ability to automatically synchronize all tasks from Dynamics 365 to Google Calendar. If calendar synchronization is enabled, all tasks from Dynamics 365 will be synchronized to Google Calendar automatically. This feature is disabled by default, so tasks will be displayed here and users will have to track them separately. Tasks and appointments can easily be filtered in the drop-down list for better visibility. Finally, Act 1 has added the ability for users to choose whether or not certain Google private events should be synchronized to Dynamics 365. If enabled, private events will become visible in the Google Calendar tab. Users can then choose to synchronize these events individually to Dynamics 365. By default, it is disabled, so private events will not display here. Here are a few additional features and settings for this extension. You have the option to set up automatic email contacts synchronizing. With this, contacts from all tracked emails will be created in Dynamics 365 automatically. By default, this is turned off. To enable it, go to the Settings tab and expand General Settings. You can choose to either synchronize only the contacts that exist in Dynamics CRM or all email contacts. To test email contact syncing, we'll track this email for Michael. Now we can see that a contact for Michael was automatically created for him in Dynamics 365. Aquilon has also added the ability to turn the auto expand function on and off. By default, this is switched on. This means that whenever you open an email, the Track Email tab will automatically expand. To turn this off, go to the Settings tab and expand General Settings. Use the Auto Expand sidebar toggle to enable and disable this function. Now that we've disabled it, when we open an email, we have to manually click on the Track Email tab for it to expand. You can contact our support team and request a quote through this extension. Just go to the Settings tab and expand Contact Sales and Support. Click on Request a Quote to update your license and contact our sales team. Click on Contact Support if you are experiencing any issues with the extension or would like to talk to our support team. To access more information about this extension, go to the Settings tab and expand the About section. Here, you will have access to the user manual, the list of changes that were made in every new edition to date, and information about your license. The Dynamics 365 integration for Gmail Google Chrome extension by Aquilon helps you to streamline your CRM process better than ever before. If you would like a free trial or would like to purchase today, visit the Chrome Web Store and search Aquilon. Please leave us a review and let us know how you like the extension, and reach out to us if you have any questions or suggestions.